Hello, Cancer. Rebecca here with your June 2025 reading. So let's get into this. Okay. We are talking June 2025, and out comes the Magician. It's like Mercury energy, but it's Gemini as far as like the signs go. This is the Magician. You have been manifesting, bringing something into reality. You've been using the 4 elements, all your resources to your disposal to create and manifest what it is that you want. And what's crossing this, what's creating a little conflict with that is the Death card. So there's been something that's come to an end or is transforming into something different. Maybe your manifestations, what you're trying to accomplish, is kind of morphing into something different than what you originally thought it was going to be. When I confirm these cards, I get the Empress in reverse. Something is plugging up your ability to manifest. What is getting in the way? What is the blockage? For the Death card, the confirmation is the Page of Cups. This feels like maybe lacking an apology or lacking support. There's a message that's coming in of support, and it's the Death card. So I'm assuming that somebody who was supposed to be supportive was just like somebody backed out. And this is kind of put up on some of the things that you were looking to do. When I look at the effects of the past here, I've got the 8 of Pentacles, the High Priestess in reverse, and the 9 of Cups. And also confirmed by the 9 of Pentacles. That's good shit you got going on in the past. But when I look at the High Priestess in reverse, that's not really following what it is your intuition wants you to do. It's kind of doing what you think you're supposed to do. So we've got this 8 of Pentacles, the High Priestess in reverse, the 9 of Cups, and the 9 of Pentacles. You know, it's possible that in the past, what's influencing June is the effects of doing what you thought you were supposed to do, what you thought was expected of you. And it seemed to work out pretty well. If I do this and I do that, then XYZ is going to happen. Here's the consequence of this. All my hard work and effort's going to result in this fabulous thing. And sometimes, and we're finding out as people of my generation are finding out, that shit isn't happening. They've changed the rules on us. So it's kind of like doing what you thought was expected of you to reap the results of success just didn't seem to pan out. In the future focus, we have this 7 of Wands. We have the 10 of Cups in reverse and the King of Swords in reverse. What's confirming this is the 3 of Pentacles. When I look at this, what I see for future aspects is having to set boundaries, sometimes with family. There's been a lack of, there might be like not wanting to listen to what somebody's trying to convey. Somebody in this situation here isn't trying to hear what they're being told. It's about having to set boundaries, feeling like you're kind of up against other people's ideas of what action you should be taking. And then with this 10 of Cups in reverse, it's wanting to reach out, wanting to have like familial feelings or supportive relationships. It doesn't have to always be family. This can be friend situations. Anybody who's in your tribe or you want to reach out, but you have to set these boundaries. Having to set boundaries and maybe cut some motherfuckers off. With this King of Swords in reverse, this is kind of having a hard time communicating or cutting communication off. 3 of Pentacles, people are seeing what you're doing. They want to work with you. But I think you are at a point where you need to kind of reevaluate if people are saying what they mean or meaning what they say. When I see this King of Swords in reverse, this sounds to me like some shit talking going on. or people aren't being necessarily honest. They're not communicating well what it is they truly feel. Sometimes this Three of Pentacles can be people discussing you behind your back, setting boundaries, and maybe having to cut some people off, or at least take a little break. The advice for this month is the Moon in reverse and the Seven of Cups. It's okay to be apprehensive. When we see the Moon in reverse, sometimes this can be some fear or apprehension. And with this Seven of Cups, there's so many options. Look at all your options. Decide, what is a true blue opportunity and what is some smoke being blown up your ass. It's also confirmed by the Page of Swords and the King of Swords. Waiting for those messages of clarity. You have the King of Swords in reverse in the future focus, and the advice is the King of Swords upright. That's say what you mean and mean what you say. Have clarity. Get your thoughts straight. Sometimes it's hard to make a move, and I see like this Magician in Empress in reverse. You may be having some foggy mind. It's getting in the way of your creativity. It's mucking up your gears. You can't move forward because you don't exactly know what it is, what forward even looks like. So just get clarity. With the Page of Swords, that's receiving messages, getting clarity on messages, knowing exactly what it is you need to do to move forward. Not just jumping into something for the sake of jumping into it. Really getting all the information. And you may come up with a new idea. The King of Swords is very good at communicating. He's very clear. And it's okay to be apprehensive. I will say that sometimes when we see the Magician and the Empress in reverse, it can indicate a loss. The ending of something, but I try not to focus on things like that. Empress is motherhood energy also. And sometimes the Magician can indicate trickery. What do we have in a personal note for Cancer right now? Strength in reverse. The thing that I'm feeling right now is that there is strength in vulnerability. I know Brene Brown talks about having strength and vulnerability and how people really look at you more authentically when you're not afraid to make yourself vulnerable. There's so much courage in that. You can set boundaries and still expose yourself to the right people. I mean, if you're not doing anything wrong and there's nothing to hide, there's no fear in holding back. You got the Page of Cups again. I really feel like maybe somebody owes you an apology for something. Or maybe you owe someone an apology for something. I don't know anybody I do readings for that says you owe somebody an apology that they take well. So, I mean, take it if it fits. If it doesn't, hold it back for somebody else. Judgment in reverse. I think that the whole theme of this month is summed up in this Judgment in reverse. We do not want a resurrection of something we experienced in the past. We don't want to be making choices or moving forward in our life based on the ideas or the expectations of other people. We really want to manifest what it is that brings us joy, that really sparks our passion, but not at the sacrifice or the surrender of our own dreams. And sometimes we have to tell people to back off. We're figuring it out. June looks good for the most part. You are on your way to figuring out exactly how it is that you need to proceed. And you are making necessary changes in the process. Thanks, Cancer. Sorry it wasn't all bubblegum and rainbows and unicorns, but that's not the kind of reader I am. Have a great June.